all so much for being here. My name is Nicole Davies, and I have the awesome job of serving as the Executive Director for Charleston County Public Library. Thank you all for being here. I want to take a moment real quick to recognize some CCPL board members that we have in the audience, as well as CCPL Friends board members. So thank you for being here. Appreciate you taking the time out of your days. So we're here on a significant moment to recognize a life and a legacy, and I want to just take a moment to honor that, celebrating the remarkable work of Cynthia Graham Hurd. We have a really special piece that we can't wait to unveil and share with all of you today. So at this time, I would like to invite Cynthia's brother, Melvin, to come up to the podium and join us for a few minutes.
Thank you, Nicole. This is a big moment. This is a fantastic moment for our family, but more so for the community. When Cynthia died, this community wrapped its arms around our family, and you held us, you cried with us, you prayed with us, and we appreciate it. And then year 2 came by, and you were still there. And this is year 3, and I can honestly say, you haven't let go of us. You've held us close, and you let us know that we are truly in your thoughts and prayers. But it also speaks to just how great this community is. We knew what the intent of that day was, that this is the true outcome of love, of unity, and a community that is standing together strong and steady and says, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here. We're going to continue to put our arms of love and fellowship and prayer around you, and we're going to keep it there. So on behalf of our family, we want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to the friends of the library. Thank you to the library system. Thank you to the people who have worked tirelessly of their own to say, I will not forget. I will not let go. I will continue on in the legacy of a woman that I think truly deserved it. Because I think, as people would always say, what would Cynthia say? You're making too big of a fuss about it. And with that, thank you so much.
At this time, I would like to welcome up County Council Member Anna Johnson for a few remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure, a great pleasure to be here today. Now, I don't get to go to too many unveilings. Maybe some of you feel like that too. But this was a special one for me today. And so I just dropped something else so I could be here. I met Cynthia about 15 years ago. And I didn't know much about her except that I wanted to use her library to bring information to the community. I was working in diabetes at MUSC at the time. And it was an opportunity for us to go to the library, the Dart Library, and put printed information there. But more than that, we were able to come and do little mini seminars there. Even in the evening time, we had a workshop, and Cynthia decked out the place, had all the food and everything, and I thought, wow, this is really great. I'd never used a library like that before. That was about 15 years ago. So I also saw that Cynthia was interested in helping the students who came to the library after school. The place all of a sudden was loaded up with children coming in, working on the computers, using the books. I mean, they just were having a great time with her. But they were doing their homework, and they had help. And I thought, wouldn't that would have been so great if when I was coming out, we had that kind of experience as well. So I'm telling you all of this to say that I think Cynthia had a commitment to education and knowledge of our students and the community. You know, I met her at DART, and then later on I met her at the MUSC University Library. And I'm thinking, I said, Cynthia, what are you doing here? She said, well, I work here on the weekends. And I'm thinking, wow. So she left one job, and then she came to do the same thing at MUSC. And of course, later on, now here I am in Charleston County Council, and I saw her, you know, now she's West Ashley. So this was a person that was really committed to her calling. I call it a calling. Her dedication of service. You know, she did this work here, and I'm thinking that as a manager, I mean, you gotta be really good at what you do. You gotta know your job, you gotta know your responsibilities. And she knew that. She knew the limits of what she could do with her job. And she used that limits to the max to get her message through. So I'm just so grateful that I got a chance to meet her. And for this opportunity today, for us to be here to witness this unveiling. This is phenomenal here. You know, to be able to do this with an African American female. We don't get a chance to get in the limelight as much as we would like to, hope to, deserve to be. Charleston County has stepped up, and so we're saying, we're giving a statement here today that Charleston County, when you have good workers, you recognize them. No matter who they are, we want to recognize them. This is a woman that worked for everybody in the community. And I am so grateful to be on the county, to witness this, to be a part of this participation here today, all of it. And I want to thank all of you for being here and joining in with Charleston County Council. Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome up to the podium Tony Joyner with the Friends of the Library Board.
Good evening, good afternoon. I represent the Friends of the Library. Friends of the Library is a nonprofit organization that is gathered to promote and raise funds for the Charleston County Library. I was asked to come here because Cynthia was a friend of mine. We went to school together. Yeah, her sister and I were actually in the same graduating class at Charleston High. We also lived in the same neighborhood. And as I was growing up, my first love for the library came at Dock Library. I grew up down there, and every summer I spent my entire summer. My mentor was a volunteer there, and so every summer I spent my summer month in the library. And then my first work studies job in college was in the library. So, yeah, and then as an adult, when I moved back to Charleston, when I went to the library, went to the Dot Library, Cynthia and I would see each other, we would have conversations, we talk. And so it was really an honor for me to get on the Friends board, and we of the Friends are thrilled and honored to be able to help with this portrait. It is really a benefit for all of us, but we want to really acknowledge the Charleston County Library for the work that they do, working with the kids and the adults, and all of the programs that the county has, the library system has. And we do what we need to do to help promote that. And so we will continue to raise funds for the library system so they can continue to put programs on and have the additional funds that they need to do those items. And to really encourage all of you who are not members of the Friends to join the Friends board, or join the Friends, or help promote by coming to our board and our book sales. We actually have one coming up this weekend at the main library, so please, Friday through Sunday. Friday and Saturday is from 9 to 5, and Sunday is from 2 to 4. We'll be at the main library, so please come out so we can continue to do what we need to do to support the Charleston County Library, so we can continue to do things like this, because this is really needed. And for someone like Cynthia, who worked so diligently and so hard, we really need to continue to recognize her and to honor her legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. And I do want to just take a moment. This would not be possible without the support of the Friends of the Library. They were a significant partner in helping for this portrait unveiling to occur today. So I really want to take a moment to recognize the Friends as our partners in what we do every day. And I also want to take a moment before we get to the actual unveiling to recognize Stephanie Despande, who is actually the artist who created this amazing portrait. Stephanie? At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Darlene Jackson, Deputy Director for Charleston County Public Library.
I'd like to say another comment about our artist, Stephanie, just so that you can be aware. Stephanie really did a quick turnaround on getting it, producing this wonderful work of art that you will get to see. And she also traveled with this with this portrait from New Jersey. And she brought the frame and she did all of it herself. She got here early. She got in this room, she laid it all out, and carefully, with care and loving hands, put all of this together. So I think that that is a mark that's a testament to her skills, and that's a testament to her love and care for the family and the community. So I just wanted to say that. And then I also wanted to acknowledge Cynthia Bledsoe, where is Cynthia? Cynthia was the Deputy Director when this incident occurred, and actually kind of walked through all of this with us. So I could not go through this and not acknowledge her, because she was truly a significant part of experiencing all of that, and was Cynthia's direct manager for many years. So with that. Well, thank you all for coming once again. And one of the things I have to share, we had a brief interview yesterday, and the reporter asked, so what do you want folks to see when they walk in and look at this portrait? And that gave me reason to pause, because, and I've been thinking about it ever since, in terms of what it is that I would want folks to see when they walk in. I mean, we all, with the library, her library family, knew Cynthia, and we love Cynthia. I mean, she was so full of life, she was vivacious, she was funny, she had a passion for reading and literacy, and oh my gosh, she was just well read and well loved. She was an excellent reference librarian, she was an excellent children's librarian, she was just so well-rounded. And you could not meet her, if you met her, you would remember. You could not be in her company and walk away and not remember her, because she left her mark on you. And so it's really easy to honor her. It's really easy to talk about her because she lives with us. I mean, I don't look at Cynthia as gone because she left her life with us. So she's still alive as far as I am concerned. And I love that the family's doing various things to keep her legacy alive because that's important. It's not just important for the family, which is critical for you all, but it's nice that you recognize her worth and value beyond your family and to the community and to the world because it's needed. And she loved children, and just as Councilwoman Anna Johnson said, you know, she spoke, what, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? That's how long. So we're talking about a lifelong legacy, not just for the moment. She was here at St. Andrews for 4 years, but she was at the John L. Dart Library probably for 20 years. And then prior to that, the Cooper River branch and some other, and then the main library for a period of time. So she was just a powerful, dynamic person. And so when you walk in, what I would want, when folks walk in and look at her, I want them to see the spark. I want to see the intelligence and the passion, and that she's alive. And to not look at her portrait and say, oh, yeah, that's someone from way back when, but to say, wow, this is someone who's here, who's alive. And that's what I want everyone to see and to want to know, well, what about this person? What was she interested in? Because once you see her portrait, and you'll get to see this, you will want to know more about her. So we have a plaque on the wall where the portrait will be hung, and I have the words for the plaque. So we're going to kind of change the program up a little bit. So I'm going to read this plaque since I'm up here talking about the dedication. But then we're going to pause and hand it over to Mayor Technic. We're going to pause and I'm going to hand it back over to Nicole and then to take on, because she's emceeing this, to know how we're going to flow with all of this. So let's proceed with the reading. And this is, and when you walk out into the library space, it's on the back wall. So if you walk through the doors, and if you could just imagine walking through the service desk to the back wall, this is where the portrait will hang. So it says, Cynthia Graham Hurd managed the St. Andrews Regional Library from 2011 until her untimely death during the June 2015 Emanuel AME church shooting. A 31-year CCPL, Charleston County Public Library employee, Cynthia was a librarian who stirred a passion for reading across generations and literary genres. She created a legacy through her lifelong dedication to literacy and touched lives in the Charleston community and beyond. In 2016, this library branch was renamed the Cynthia Graham Hurd St. Andrews Regional Library in her honor. And I will add one thing, and unfortunately Anna has left, but I applaud County Council for stepping up and saying, we're going to do this. We're going to, because they were the first to step up and say, we're going to do this. And they did it. And they stuck with it, and now it's history. And now we have the name change, and it's on the outside of this building, and here we are today. So thank you for that. So we're going to move forward, and we're going to do the unveiling. So if I can, I hope you can.
And Mayor Tekelberg is going to join us as well.
Okay, great. For the.
And let me just say, you nailed it. She's so easy to honor because of all that she and her family, Graham family, have done for our community, focus on education and literacy, and our commitment to Charleston County and our library system. Oh my God, it's just remarkable. So easy to do. Yes.
Okay, so.
To be with you.
Okay. So we're going to do groups. Yeah, got it, okay.
Taking on